Money, 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 money. That's all I ever hear in this house.
Money, look at it.
There seems to be a need for sports talk in the Bay Area.
There's a drive. Look out. That might be out of here. It could be. And it is. His 43rd home run of the year. Matt Williams, 400 feet away from the plate.
I'm Jake Lucas. I'm with Dave Greenstein and Joe Starkey.
Jake, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. What the hell is our podcast called?
And Johnson 2 for 4 with a walk. And he hits one high to deep left field and deep. Hollingsworth is back at the wall. It is out of here! And this one is over! And the National League West is tied!
So we're called Humm Daddies because we're Giants fans that have kids. So we're not babies, we have babies. Humm Daddies, get it? All right.
High fly ball in a deep right field. Going back to the wall. Perez, and it's gone!
Fastball down the heart of the plate. JT Snow has played in this ballpark all summer. He knows that balls hit down the right field line don't hook.
Hey, welcome everybody to Humm Daddies.
Kensington, California. It's the Humm Daddies.
Humm Daddies, we're the Humm Daddies, and we're sitting around at Joe Starkey's couch, feet on the ground, and the sound of my voice. Okay, Clayton of Royce. I'm Jake Lucas. I'm with Dave Greenstein and Giuseppe Starkweather. We're the Humm Daddies. We are happy to be back on your airwaves, on your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, whatever is your platform of choice. And we have a hell of a show coming at you today, live from Kensington, California.
Mom's Meatloaf Basement.
Yeah, this is where all the magic happened with Joe Starkey and Jimmy McDermott, Zach Slenderbrook, Artie Davron. This was the old stomping grounds for El Cerrito High and St. Mary's and Berkeley High alike.
You know, Jake, I drove in today, and coming up, I took some roundabout methods. I could have taken Mosier, but I just went through, like, all of the old stomping grounds. I used to ride my bike up the hill from Calusa Circle in the Kensington pub. Yeah. I went by a bunch of friends' houses. It just was weird. Everything felt smaller. I don't know why.
Yeah, when I'm in this area, we're on the Arlington, I always think about, you know, Artie Davron getting pulled over by police when he's 16.
Sure loves to hear that.
There's many a street that reminds me of Artavon Davron's encounters with police officers.
The Poe.
The Po-Po, the 5-0. So today, what's on the agenda, boys? It's been a couple weeks. What do we have for the eager fans?
I think we're going to do a nice little roundup. NBA, quick one on Niners, NFL, little chatter there.
Yeah, so we'll get into some quick NBA. I mean, obviously the finals are set. I don't think it's what Adam Silver really desired, but unless it's a false flag, it shows us that the NBA is not as fixed as we thought it was.
Too bad.
Yeah, and also we'll touch on the Niners. We kind of went over this last time, but yeah. Our main thing today, guys, we're going to lean into the Humm Daddy's name by choosing our Humm babies from the 1990s. We're going to do a Giants draft. Joe, tell them about the format of this San Francisco Giants draft.
Yeah, there's no way around it, gentlemen. It's baseball season, whether you like it or not. So we're talking ball. The way we're going to do this is we're each going to pick a lineup from the 90s. So each player gets to pick a first baseman, a second baseman, a shortstop, a third baseman, the whole lineup, except for left field. There's a little bit of a problem with the 1990s Giants in left field because there's a guy named Barry Bonds. So we're each going to pick a Barry Bonds year. And we'll fill out our lineup, and at the end, we'll see who's got the highest WAR of everybody.
I like it.
Yeah.
And will that be WAR for their career
or
best year?
Best year of the 90s. We'll get that WAR, except for the Barry. You're picking a specific year.
Okay. Copy that. Okay, so before we get the ball rolling on when it comes to the NBA playoffs and all things hoops, let's check in about our families. We are daddies. We're popular in other daddy communities, but we're also big in technical, biological daddy communities. So biologically, how are you doing as a daddy, Joe? Let's hear about the kids.
Yeah, hey, we just graduated kindergarten. Feels good.
Nice.
You know,
Congrats.
yeah, summer has sprung, and we're done with our first year. So kindergarten went great. And
Beautiful.
Yeah, we're off to learning how to ride a bike. We got the training wheels on, and we're trying to swim. We spent all this time trying to teach him how to swim last year. Swim lessons, this, that, and the other, and we went to the pool for the first time yesterday. Like it never happened. He was like, "What is this? I have no idea."
He'd never been in a pool before?
No, we spent all last year trying to swim.
Oh,
we had
okay.
swim lesson, the whole deal, and so it's like we're starting over. It's okay.
Hey, Joe, on the ride a bike, because every kid can learn that one fast, or they could fall down a bunch of times. Did he pick it up quick? Is it a fast learn, or are you like screaming, keep pedaling, go, ah, shit.
It's the latter. A little more pushing than I would prefer. A lot of hand on the brake, a lot of braking, not going too fast.
Are you doing like in a children's kind of like playground area where there's like a big asphalt? Or are you
Think he was doing it at a brewery.
We were just.
I saw him at a brewery doing it.
Yeah, we were just at. We were just in Modesto out in the valley. It was 105 degrees, just going down the cul-de-sac because the grandparents have the flat area to work on it. And he's going pretty slow. Once those training wheels are off, he's not gonna stay balanced. So anyway, a lot of work to do this summer, guys.
Remind the daddy community of your son's name.
Hudson.
Hudson, named after San Francisco Giants champion Tim Hudson.
Yeah, he couldn't wait to say that.
every time?
Well, they need to know.
That's true.
All right, Dave Greenstein, you have a daughter.
Yeah, sweet
The
baby.
hell's she up to?
Sweet baby Adriane. So we had a fun little first encounter. The first kind of like quasi-competitive parent situation where Adriane at the playground, a little kids play structure. There's kind of this like little ladder thing you can climb up, and she's never really even thought to try. And then this little kid comes over, and his dad says, "Go on, show her how to do it." And he, very, cleverly gets up, but he's also pretty terrified at the time. And his dad asked me, how old's your daughter? And I say, she's 1.5. He's like, oh, he's about a month older. I was like, okay, all right, I see what you're doing here. So then later on, we see them at the big kids play structure, and he has taken his kid up to go down one of the bigger slides. And so he takes his kid down, and when a kid slide, trying to fit your man hips between one of those things is a big pain in the ass. But he gets in there, and he just goes down with his son. I was like, oh, that's cool. Adriane gets up there, and she's been down the slide before. Usually I kind of hold her hand. This time I'm like, I'm going to let her just go ahead and go all the way.
Solo bolo.
Solo bolo goes down one of those curvy, slides. Obviously, they're all made of plastic. But she goes down, she nails it. Like, looks good, hair blowing back in the wind. The dad, who had just taken his down, sticks the landing, and his eyebrows goes like, wow, that was really impressive. It's like,
That's right, motherfucker.
It's a proud papa right here.
and I was like, that's right, you're underway. You're underway. Anyway, we'll cut the climbing down, but we're going down with speed.
It's called
right
Greenstein Blood, bitch. Learn about it.
now. You, Jake? How
Nice.
the kids?
Well,
How's Skeleton House?
Skeleton House is she's chilling. Mila's. They're entertaining as hell. Mila scales slides. She likes to climb up all the big girl slides. She's on a big girl swing now. She's been going to preschool for like a year, so she's pretty advanced in her climbing and sliding and all that kind of shit.
I still remember that video you sent to us maybe a year ago now, where she was climbing up kind of a similar type of climbing structure, and you're like, oh, this is a little advanced. You videoed the whole thing. The whole time my heart was like, is she gonna just like plinko down this?
Yeah, she like scales things now. I think she might.
Impressive.
I'm gonna show her a Cliffhanger, the Stallone movie, soon.
I saw her scooting prowess. She knows how to
she's
scoot around
she's on
pretty
a
well.
scooter. Like, she's a little
What
savage.
age did you throw on that scooter?
2. She's still 2. She's not even 3 yet. She turns 3 in August. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, Kendall won't do it. No scooting for
Really?
her. No, she just stands there.
Yeah.
Push me, daddy.
Yeah, Mila's kind of a daredevil. And then my little chunker of a boy is he just keeps growing by the day. When you hold him, he kind of looks like when farmers hold up those like large hares, like a giant hare, the rabbits. He just looks like this giant rabbit held by a farmer whenever.
Because his legs is going to droop.
Yeah, they just dangle down. People can barely like hold him up. He's fucking humongous.
We got a first birthday coming up, yeah?
First birthday, yeah. He turns 1 June 6th. He was born 6/6/24, which our buddy Pete McGonis likes to refer to as he's a child of Satan. 666. So yeah, all is well. Oh, and also Mila is God, is she obsessed with Frozen? I mean, every day I take her to school, we just listen Frozen soundtrack. Frozen 2, actually. That's the one I prefer.
I'm more of a Moana guy myself.
Moana, make way, make way. Yeah, she got into that for a little bit, but now it's just all Frozen all the time.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, that's the kids, guys. Now let's talk about the fellas out there earning millions of dollars while we sit here and worship them like cowards. Okay.
NBA Finals is set. There's 2 teams.
2 teams.
Who's going to watch? All 55,000 people in the states of Oklahoma and Indiana.
Not one casual NBA fan will watch, I'll tell you that. Yeah, this can't be good for the NBA ratings. I have a feeling it's not what they wanted, but I mean, OKC, for actual basketball fans, they've been the most dominant team in the NBA all year. So that's not much of a surprise. Indy is, I think, a huge surprise to get this far.
A miracle run.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time a 4 seed got in to the finals. I mean, 3s have gotten there. Warriors were one, but
The Heat were like a 7 or 8.
Yeah, with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Thunder, I think, are like 6 or 7-1 favorites here.
Yeah, I think they can sweep. I don't know if they will. It might be 5 or 6, but I think a sweep is on the table. The Thunder are pretty goddamn good.
So you think the Indiana kind of luck is going to run out? Because a lot of this has just been them making these crazy comebacks. We all know the stats of how they've come back from, down 7 with a minute left in the game, and they're 3 of 4 teams to do it out of tens of thousands of playoffs.
They have 4
games.
of the biggest comebacks in NBA, or they have 3 of the biggest 4 comebacks in the last 30 years in the NBA. And they've all been within the last month in the playoffs. It's insane. But then again, I mean, the East is the East. I don't think the Knicks were really that good.
Yeah.
I mean, the West is just such a better class of ball, I think. I mean, talk amongst yourselves.
Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Pacers got a little something brewing. I wouldn't put it past them. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. But I gotta believe their magic is running out a little bit. Naismith and T.J. McConnell and random guys, just making it happen. I don't quite see it.
Obi.
But in that. It's hard to play there in both stadiums, both arenas, but I think the Thunder just have a lot of power, like a lot of defense, a lot of thrust there. So I don't see it.
They can lock it down on D whenever they,
feels like it.
Yeah, whenever they want to.
I'd say there's 2 pieces to this series that are interesting. One, to your point, the defense. Indiana has not seen a defense this good.
No.
And Oklahoma City is that good. But Oklahoma hasn't seen a real point guard like Halliburton yet. I know we don't really like Halliburton, but nobody else. I mean,
I like Halliburton.
No, well, Joe doesn't.
Yeah, what's that about? Because he was he spurned your Kings.
Yeah. So this isn't going to go well with our Warriors brethren, but I kind of like Sabonis. And
Joe was
always
secret Kings fan a couple of years ago, guys.
I was kind of
really
rooting for
weird.
Sabonis to outshine Halliburton, and that's officially over. So.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a closet basketball team. You just never know who
His
it is.
ended up becoming a big rival of his number 1 team, so it got kind of awkward.
Yeah, so we had to quit that.
Yeah, it's a trip when you see SGA was a Clipper a few years ago, and Halliburton was a King a few years ago, and those franchises just shot the bed on giving those guys up. But what are you going to do?
That's the Kings in a nutshell, though. So
Yeah. And the Clippers.
what do you know?
What do you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing that you could have said for the Thunder is maybe they would have got a little scared on the big stage, but this stage is not that big in Indiana, right? So I feel like they're going to come to play.
So I know we're gonna jump to another topic here, but I want to just briefly do the whole Giannis piece here. There's no way the Warriors can get Giannis, right? I mean,
There's a way.
contractually with money, like they would have to literally.
They would have to give away my boy Brandon Baczynski.
Everybody.
And he's untouchable. Off limits.
Everybody who's got a
Untouchable.
contract over $3 million is in essence gone, or would have to get off the team for them to be able to have his contract, Curry's, Jimmy's, and Draymond's.
Yeah, it would
unless
just-
you can figure out a way to like ditch Draymond.
It would just be those 3 guys standing and a bunch of rookies. So
It sounds, from everything I've heard, Dunleavy wants to shore up the role players, not bring in another huge name and just be so top heavy as they've been.
I think we're gonna end up with Jonathan. That's what I think.
Kaminga?
Yeah,
I don't.
I think Jonathan might still be on the team.
Didn't you listen to Steve Kerr's interview? Doesn't sound like he's too big of a fan.
I think he's.
I mean, he doesn't really fit. I think from everything I've heard, I think a sign and trade is on the table for sure.
A sign and trade would make sense to me as long as that trade piece is.
It's hard to
totally a
make
good
trades.
fit.
It's hard to make trades.
It is.
I think maybe you get a couple guys, that are role players more so than one equal to Kaminga.
Wow, it would be so great to have Giannis.
It would be, wouldn't it? Anyway, Niners, let's go.
So the Niners have been in the news a lot lately. Just people are realizing how bad their schedule is or how easy it is. They have like 5 primetime games, but the primetime opponents are like the Panthers, the Falcons, the Jag-off bus or whatever.
Oh, I hope that's
don't
not a
know.
night game. I need that to be a 1 o'clock game. Oh no,
No, I don't know if that's a prime
that would
timer,
be a
but
disaster.
yeah, they have the easiest schedule in the NFL in 10 years.
I'm
so.
gonna have to take off Monday, Jake. I don't need a Sunday night game there.
Oh man.
I'll get a hotel down in San Jose.
Oh yeah. Here they got some good late night rub and tugs over there on Sunday nights.
Hi-yo.
Wait, what? Anywho, so the Niners, I was listening to Kawakami talk about Shanahan's philosophy about the offensive line, and it is exactly what I thought that I said in the last pod. Shanahan doesn't value offensive linemen early in the draft because he thinks any offensive lineman he can plug into a scheme and they'll be fine enough. And I think he's full of shit. Hasn't worked.
Yeah. My main concern.
Yeah, mine too. I think defensively, they have some young studs. They had a pretty good draft last year as far as the defense. You kept saying Mufasa.
Yeah,
Mustafa.
Mufasa, baby.
He's promising. Green's promising. Secondary looks pretty good. You got Warner. And yeah, I think, whatever. Niners are going to be the Niners.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid on the Purdy and the Warner and the Kittle. All the
If McCaffrey's healthy, I
That's
I
the
have
part
optimism.
I'm most curious about. Is
Yeah.
McCaffrey going to be healthy?
Yeah.
If he's healthy, I think we could easily go in the playoffs and even win a game. But if he's not healthy, we're done. It's 8 wins at best.
I'm drinking some gold Kool-Aid in June. Just can't wait for the season. They're
Yeah,
gonna be great.
golden shower for Giuseppe.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy your gold Kool-Aid, buddy. Okay. So let's lean into the America's pastime. And that is the little white thing with the stitching made of horse hide. Is it? I don't.
Kentucky Bluegrass lays the field.
Ugh. Louisville Sluggers. Fine wood shined for the day. All right, baseball, guys.
Baseball. Before we jump Giants, we need to round out a team for Mr. Joe Starkey. He's had all of 2 months of baseball to get his whistle wet on who he wants to take for the next 10 to 50 years.
Well, we know he likes to wet his whistle
I
on
hope it's
golden
closer to 50.
Kool-Aid.
Shit, man. Yeah.
What?
He said 10 to 50 years. Cut me short on this.
You
10
never-
years.
well,
You never do
10,
now. All
10
right.
years out, maybe the A's just kind of completely fall apart in Vegas and have to go back.
Oh,
to the
wouldn't
Bay
that
Area,
be
right?
good?
That's
But-
kind of where my
Joe thought you were saying he was going to die of heart
I
disease in 10 years.
understand that. That's not where my head was.
Excuse
It was
me.
entirely on
Yeah.
the A's becoming more.
Take your
approachable.
probiotics.
Shit.
So anyway, Joe, we have 4 teams. You had made some picks a few pods ago. We've got the Mariners
Yep.
is one of your West Coast teams.
And you like losers?
I'd say the other team that's West Coast-ish is the Cubs.
Yep.
And then
What?
Well, whatever. Just go with that.
Well, Joe had a West East.
We got
Think
two Midwest.
Illinois
We got
is
a
in the
West.
West?
We got two Midwest, and we got a East.
This is also true.
So yeah.
All right, and then we got the
Ever
Mets
seen a fucking map?
and the Twins. Mets and the Twins.
Yep. Okay.
So-
lay it on me.
Rounding out, we're gonna go Mariners. We're gonna do. We're not gonna keep it AL and then NL. We're gonna mix it up here. So we got the Mariners and the Cubs are facing off first.
Perfect. Well, let me first say, if the A's ever want to sell the team and come back, I'll bring them back with open arms. I would love to have them back with a new owner. That would be amazing. But as it is, they are so shitty. They've lost 17 of 18 under that jackass of an owner, Fisher, and I'm happy for it. Screw him. I don't understand anybody who's hanging on. Everybody in my neighborhood out here in Oakland, nobody gives a rat's ass about them anymore, and I'm happy.
Go
about it.
Ballers! Woo!
Ballers is that's a little depressing too. That
Savannah Bananas.
right. So screw you, John Fisher. You guys are shitty.
And don't forget, screw you, Oakland City Council. That's my take.
All right. So the question being Seattle Mariners versus the Chicago Cubs. I just have
Both,
not.
by the way, are first in their division as of today.
The A's were close to first like 3 weeks ago.
They're now last.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was my bonus pick for our MLB draft, and I was looking at $1,000 coming my way. Not so much because the A's are in last place now. It's fine.
What are you
Okay,
gonna
fine.
do?
So I just can't quite get into the Seattle Mariners. I've been rooting against them for too many decades, and I watch them, and I just can't get in there. Pacific Northwest is perfectly nice. Team seems reasonable. They're, like you said, they're pushing first place, if not in first place.
They're kind of the San Diego Padres of the AL West.
Yeah, not unlikable.
I love that for you.
Not unlikable. But I just seen too many Mariners games at the Coliseum rooting against them. It's just not clicking. So I am going to go Chicago Cubs on that round.
All right. Living your best life. Chicago Cubs move to the finals.
Love it.
All right, Joe. Well, you got Mets, Twinkies.
Okay. This one's a little more difficult for me.
Ooh.
I thought that I would take the Mets all the way with this. I just feel like they're the second team in a big city, kind of little brother thing, kind of like the A's. I like that.
Joe, they're also in first place right now.
They got a great team, and I love the announcers.
You like Juan Soto standing in the box every time he hits a single?
Ron Darling is great. Keith Hernandez is great.
That's You're a big Howard Johnson fan too. I remember growing up.
Hojo? No.
Hojo, big Hojo guy.
No. I just can't get around on some of the players on the team. Soto, I can't love it. Some of the guys on the Mets, whatever it is, and I might regret this years down the road, but right now I just not feeling it. Also, the Citi Field is a little blah. I don't love watching the games at Citi Field, and the Twins started off pretty slowly. It was a little I don't know. I was depressed about the Twins, and then they reeled off 13 in a row. And then piqued my interest a little bit. And
they're a winning baseball team right now.
Where were you born, Joe?
I was born in Minnesota. So
You have a mid.
Rochester, Minnesota.
You have a mid feel.
You're very mid.
Yeah, so I grew up rooting for a little bit of Kirby Puckett, a little bit of Kent Herbeck, little Frank Viola, 87, 91.
And
World
then you
Series
became
champions.
a Joe Mauer diehard and a Torrey Hunter enthusiast.
Yeah. I've always kind of had a soft spot for him. Anyway, so
Johan Santana.
I find myself.
Although he was on the Mets too.
I've been pulled to checking in on the Minnesota Twins scores, so that's kind of where I'm at. So I give Twins win that round.
All right. It's Twins. It's Cubs. It's come to this. We're not waiting for the next pod decisions.
Oh, is this what we're gonna-
today.
really?
We're doing it. We're doing. We're doing it right now.
Wow, we're just nose diving into this thing right now.
Because after this, we check in on Joe's teams as part of this pod for all of like 30 seconds.
And we got to give him a introductory jersey as a present.
That's true.
We do. Oh, that's exciting. All
Someone's
right.
nipples just got a little
Yeah, a little stiff over here.
glass cutters on old Giuseppe Starkweather.
All right, so you
It
know,
was a Sammy Sosa.
Woo!
all right, so I've been watching a bunch of Twins games. I've been watching a bunch of Cubs games. I've been following, reading the articles on the Athletic and just kind of watching the highlights and all this. And I just love watching games at Wrigley Field.
Woo!
It
Yes,
just
good pick.
It just makes me feel fucking happy. And that's what this is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Some entertainment, some downtime, feel good about yourself. And I just love it. I love it. I can't get enough of it.
You know, it really goes well with all of your Cal Bear attire, too. You can really stick the C on your head and feel like you always have yourself set up for baseball and football.
Yeah, Golden Bears and Cubbies now.
Yeah, that's it, man.
So congratulations, Joe Starkey. You are a bandwagon Cubs fan. Perennial losers.
Right. So I've mentioned this to a few people, and pretty unanimously people are like, well, that's not that sexy. Like,
You know what?
Didn't you go there for your bachelor party?
I went to Wrigley Field
Went
for
to
my
Wrigley
bachelor
Field.
party. Indeed, I did.
I was in Chicago with you at one point. It seems like you're kind of a Chicago kind of guy.
I am a Chicago kind of guy.
I went there for
yeah.
my 30th, and I agree. It's a fun spot. Chicago's just that second city vibe has always been fun.
Yeah.
And
Wrigleyville is one of my favorite places in all of the United States of America.
I will say, though, Joe, if there was a dark horse that didn't even get in that may have had a shot, it could have been the Detroit Tigers. Especially considering they're very good this year. But
Yeah, well,
that would have been a very bandwagon.
I will tell you, the Detroit Tigers ruined it for me in 2012 and 2013 when they Justin Verlander in particular, just
We
ran
covered
us
it on
off the
pod.
field.
That broke your heart. That A's team
Ran
was your
us off
favorite
the-
A's team of all time, and the Tigers took it from you.
Yeah, that's right.
I think the Giants were they swept by the Tigers? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a few days ago. I think that was their first time back since they won the World Series against them.
That can't
Wow.
be right. That can't be right.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's crazy.
It is. It's right.
All right, we're gonna have to fact check that next time.
No, don't do that. Don't fact check. You don't need to. I'm telling you right now, it's right. Okay. So that brings us to the headline of this show. It'll be the 1990 San Francisco Giants. We're gonna do one of our customary drafts. It's what we're starting to get known for. Everyone on the street is talking about it. People on the street, they stop me. They say, "Hey, Jake, when are you doing another draft for the Humm Daddies?" And I say, "Oh, well, probably the next pod." They say, "What are you going to draft? Are you going to do some Giant stuff because you're called the Humm Daddies?" And I don't hear you talking about the Giants enough. So here we are. It's time. Let's dig deep into our old school Giants that we grew up to love and have nothing but good things to say about. So, Joe, you want to reintroduce this deal here?
Yeah, hum baby. Here we go. So we are each going to draft a lineup of the 1990s. 1990 to 1999 are the years available. So you can pick a first baseman, second baseman, the whole lineup. And at left field, you can only pick Barry Bonds. But Barry Bonds, you get to pick which year Barry Bonds it is. And whoever ends up with the highest WAR total out of everyone is the big winner. So there you go.
Okay. The WAR thing is just a little added bonus. I like just seeing names on paper for me. The feel. I like the gut feel.
Yeah, but
more
I want to go for try to put together the best lineup you can.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, but also favorites are fun.
Yeah, we'll
Not everything needs to be one of these baseball nerd analytics things.
It doesn't?
No. Okay. So, D Podesta, let's do something with our guts this time.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start this thing off. Dave Greenstein has the first pick, then I will go second, then Joe Starkey's third. And
Are we doing snake draft then? Or are we
snake it? Yeah.
Snaking it.
Snake it, baby.
Okay, so Dave, lead us off with Ron's favorite Giants from the 1990s.
Pick number one for me is a pretty easy one. Should have been a Hall of Famer. Second baseman, Jeff Kent.
Told you he was gonna shit the bed.
Sorry. What about Bartholomew Bonds?
You said Bonds at three different Bonds.
Yeah, you pick one.
No, he just went Jeff Kent. It's over.
Well,
all right.
I'll get it on the return.
Okay.
Or will you?
I will pick the 1993 MVP season for the Barry Lamar Bonds. Thank you for that gift, Dave. I saw it coming. I don't know how you blew it that obviously, but we all knew you were going to. So
Because Barry's Barry, and he was great every year.
Sorry, what was that? 93?
93 MVP year. I believe he hit 329, 46 jacks, 120 something ribbies, 120 something runs.
All right. Well, I do know Bonds was injured in 99, so I'm going to go 98 Barry. Hopefully that
Is
works
that
out
his
for me.
40-40 year, I believe? I think 98 is a very good Barry Bonds year, but honestly, fellas, what's not a good Bonds year? Okay, and then you got another pick, Joe.
What's not a good Bonds year? That was kind of my thought.
You know,
Jake.
I don't. Let's just go around.
Okay, let's go around.
Yeah.
Fuck the snake.
Well, knowing that you guys have taken your Bonds picks, and I could just relax on that one until way later in the draft, I think I'm gonna.
Is that your method? Are you saying it was calculated?
It's all
Sure.
calculated.
Sure, buddy.
He's just going to pick Barry Bonds and put him at
He's
center
just
field.
keeping- Bonds is pitching for Jay. Let's see. I think for the next pick, I'm going to take, because I like to just have a good up the middle combination, I'm going to take the Rich Aurelia. Oh, yeah, we don't pick a year. Just Rich Aurelia, shortstop.
Right, but you picked Jeff Kent and Rich Aurelia in the 90s, so keep in mind their war in the 2000s won't count. So good job, Dave.
Oh, right. That's true. Rich Aurelia wasn't quite what he was later in the...
And 90s. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Or Jeff Kent. Okay. I'm going to go with
That's fine.
easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm going Matt Williams at third base, baby.
Dang it.
Go.
That's rough. Well, I'm going to take...
He did hit like 44 jacks in the strike here.
I'll take the thrill.
Yeah, that was going to be the other one, but Matt Williams, I think, has a better
Early
war.
early 90s thrill.
Can't go wrong with early 90s thrill. Although, actually, his 80s stats are a lot better.
I know that.
Okay.
I mean, depends what you get him. If you get him on the Cardinals, he started to pick it back up again.
All right, Dave, who do you got? Are you thinking Steve Decker or something at catcher?
I'll take JT Snow at first base.
Good pick.
Gotta love the JT Snow
I love a
pick.
good glove.
He had his best offensive years, I believe, were in the 90s.
They were. I think 97 Snow was his best year.
Okay, yeah. All right, cool. Let's see. I'm going to go with Robby Thompson at second base.
Yeah, again.
So I have, let's see, MVP Barry Bonds, what would have been MVP Matt Williams at the strike year, and Robby Thompson, who had one of the best 1993 years in the National League at second base. Okay.
All right, I'm going Brett Butler in center field.
Good pick.
Good pick. Good.
I think he
pick.
stole 50-plus bags one year in the 90s.
I mean, these are
I mean,
easy. I'm
Brett
gonna
Butler, that guy could bunt.
Giants had some names.
Ever since Brett Butler retired, nobody's bunted like that guy.
And the drag bunt.
Oh, beautiful stuff.
Yeah. Out of the box as the bat was making contact.
I'm going to take a kind of an interesting one, but it was the reason why his trade value was so high, which is I'm going to take Darrell Hamilton in center field.
Okay.
Okay.
He had an on-base percentage of 400. He was great.
Sure. Boy, wouldn't want you to be a GM on my team. Okay. So let's see. Where's Jake going to go with this one? Jake says you got a sure up catcher. Let's go with Kurt Manwaring.
All right.
Jake's pretty much looking for the 93 Giants team. He's going to recreate it. Let's will
I mean,
the thrill.
that's a great pick
It is
because
a great-
it's getting a little shallow at catcher coming up here.
Don't worry, Steve Decker's still on the table, Dave.
I'm going to go Bill Miller, third base.
Nice. When did he start? 98, 99?
99?
I think earlier than that even.
Yeah, 97.
I mean, isn't it kind of fun just think about this all the 3 calm days, all the Candlestick Park, because they didn't come to their current stadium, Oracle, whatever they want to call it, Pac Bell until 2000.
Pac Bell was 2000.
So this is all Candlestick stuff here.
Yeah, this is all Candlestick. I remember Bill Miller most vividly, though, in the 2000 season. I remember the first game I saw at Oracle or whatever it was then, AT&T? No, SBC? No, Pac Bell.
AT&T, what is it? Too many
The phone
names.
booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Miller hit I think basically a game-winning triple against the Mets in the first game I ever went to there. So that was very memorable. Okay.
Dave, are you up?
I'm going to take right fielder Ellis Burks.
Nice. Who you didn't even know played for the Giants in the 90s until we told you. Cool.
Sometimes you need to have your memory jog of when that trade happened with Darrell Hamilton on the Rockies.
There you go. Okay. Let's see. So I have a third baseman. I have a catcher. I have a left fielder. Let's go Willie McGee.
All right.
All right. Let's put him, throw him in right.
Jake's still considering his 93 team to be the most prized possession.
103 wins that year.
I'm going to go Royce Clayton as my shortstop.
Oh, good call. Great defensive player. I remember being a big fan of his.
Couldn't hit, but
Couldn't hit for shit. Great defensive player.
I think I'm going to go catcher Brian Johnson for the 97 game-winning home run.
Yeah, that's a good.
Who the hell's left for me at catcher? We got Kurt
Steve Decker.
Manwaring. Decker?
Didn't Brett Maine play some catcher?
You got
I
Doug
think- I got-
Mirabelli as an option.
I think Brett Maine is my.
It was Bobby Estalella. Was he on the
I
99
don't think he
Giants?
quite made the squad yet.
Estelea was on the Giants in the 90s.
I'm in
Like,
deep-
sure.
99 might have been his first year.
That's like pre-juicing Bobby. I don't want that.
Dude, I was looking at pictures of that guy recently. He was just built like a tank, man. He looked like a pro wrestler. It was insane. All right. Who's up? Is it me? Okay. What do I have? Robby Thompson. I don't have a shortstop yet, right?
Right.
Okay, let's go with Jose Uribe.
That's your only choice left.
Continuing to...
He wasn't on. Was he on the 90? No, where's Clayton was the 93 shortstop.
Was that his rookie year?
Yeah, I think so. Or his second year. But Uribe was definitely on the 90, 91.
A lot of Uribe years for sure.
All right.
He was more 80s when I think of him, but he was definitely on the early 90s
I
team.
still need a right fielder and a catcher. I'm going to go with Glenn Allen Hill.
Nice. I hated how long his jersey sleeves were, but I think that was to cover up how massive his arms were from juicing.
Smart move.
Yeah. Manny Ramirez did the same thing.
Well, I'm trying to think of some other third basemen in the 90s. Must have been all backups.
You're host.
I'm pretty hosed. Maybe I should have taken Mr. Matt earlier. Huge mistake. Let's see.
Are you writing down everyone's, Joe?
No, I'm just writing down mine. I'm trying to make my lineup, and I got Brett Butler leading off. I think.
Oh, wow. We're
I think
doing
Bill
a
Miller might be
lineup order.
second.
Nice.
Will Clark third. Barry Bonds third. I don't know. Do I go like a current version of the lineup and have Barry Bonds like lead off or some shit like
No,
that?
fuck that. All right, go ahead, Dave.
I will take...
Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
I'm trying to find a third baseman. Backup.
Oh, this is pathetic.
I know. I'll take Pedro Feliz.
Peter Happy. Boy, your team is... Wow. Okay.
I'm like the 97 Giants and you're the 93 Giants. It's really where we're headed right now.
There you go.
Both teams. Actually, only one team made the playoffs out of those two. So, shut the fuck up.
True. All right. So, Jake, what are you doing here, bud? All right. I need a first baseman. I need...
Why didn't I get a second baseman? Shit.
What else do I need? And a center fielder, I believe. I should be writing this down, but well. My first baseman is going to be none other than the one, the only. No, I can't pick him. All right, we got to dig deep here, guys.
I'm going to pause. With the 7th pick of the 1990s Giants draft, third baseman Charlie Hayes.
Oh, very nice.
Wow. Digging deep. I need a center fielder, and I need a first baseman. Huh. Maybe Coach Prime played center for the Giants.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm wearing a Darryl Strawberry Giants jersey as we speak. We didn't even talk about what we're wearing and what we're drinking, I guess, because you guys aren't really wearing shit. I'm wearing a Strawberry Giants jersey. So his counterpart in the 90s of random superstar dudes that were on the Giants for a very brief stint is Deion Sanders. He will be my center fielder.
Okay, well, I'm totally screwed at catcher and second baseman. I'm going to go Brent Maine at catcher.
All right. Was it Brent or Brett? I think it's
I don't even fucking know.
Brent.
Was it?
It is
Yeah.
Brent.
Okay.
Yeah, Brent.
All
Not
right.
a lot of Brents anymore. That's kind of a dying name.
Yeah, we need to bring back Brents. Bring back Brents.
The Brents are too damn high.
Look at the big brain on Brent. All right, Dave, last
All right,
pick.
I got to round it out with my Bonds pick.
Oh,
and with
jeez.
that, I'll take my 1997 Barry Bonds.
Dave's going.
Round out strong with my 97 Giants club.
Unreal.
I prefer my 93 Giants, and I believe this guy was the backup first baseman on the 93 Giants. He started for a year. He had one really good year, nicknamed MC Homer. At first base, Mark Carrion.
Mark Carrion was solid.
That's another digging deep.
Yeah.
All right, well, so
I can't have Hall of Famers everywhere. I mean, I almost did, but
I think this is the last pick of the draft, and it sounds like it. So for second base, Jeff Kent or Robby Thompson played the entire decade minus about 30 games.
That's correct.
So I have chosen Ernest Riles.
As you should, being an A's fan, you get Ernest Riles.
Who was also an A. Thank you.
Ernest Riles. There's a lot of crossover. Stan Javier, Brett Butler. No, he wasn't an A. He was a
No.
catcher. That's about it.
Okay, we're done.
All right.
Stop cracking seeds, Jake, in the mic.
You're doing it too. So there you have it. Jake wins the Giants 90s draft. I think we can just eyeball it and say that probably.
I mean, my Brett Butler, Bill Mueller, Will Clark, Barry Bonds, Glenn Allen Hill lineup's going pretty good.
You are actually. You have a good
But
one.
then it really drops off when I get to Brent Maine and Royce Clayton and Ernest Riles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna struggle
Those
to
are some big
score some
holes.
runs. Yeah.
What about an honorable mention for Mr. Kevin Mitchell,
Yes.
who
Yeah.
pre-Bonds was MVP, hell of a player, hell of a guy. Great
mean,
clubhouse.
Known more for the 80s on the Giants because 89 he was an MVP. But his 1990 year, I think he hit like 35 jacks. So he was a special ball player. His time wasn't long for the Giants, but he was damn good.
I might put Ernest on waivers and pick up Kevin Mitchell to play some second base.
Kevin at second, he'll play.
Yeah.
Bare hand, baby.
Oh, yeah.
He could play third
He did
he
play
used to-
third, yeah.
for the Mets, right?
Correct.
Who do I have? So I have Matt Williams in 1994. He was on track to win the MVP.
Maybe break the record for home runs.
Yeah, Barry Bonds 93. He was the MVP, one of the best years ever. Deion Sanders, he wasn't too bad.
I gave you that Dion
Terrible
pick.
in
You're
clubhouse.
welcome.
Wrong.
Dion was terrible in clubhouse.
Willie McGee, he hit 300 all the time, and I think he won an MVP on the Cardinals.
Who's your manager, Dusty or Roger?
Ooh, good question.
I do not go hum baby on that one. It was like an obvious pick.
I mean, because Dusty was the 93 and 97 Giants manager.
Also true.
So I would go Dusty. He was more the 90s guy. Roger was 80s guy.
Yeah, true.
I'm going hum baby here.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take a Felipe Alou.
He started in
Yeah,
03.
that's 2000.
That's all I could go
that's
for
next
because there's nobody else
episode.
for me. I had to pick the closest next adjacent.
Yeah, but we just want to let everyone know out there that we love our San Francisco Giants, and I'm sorry. It feels to me like we've neglected them a bit on this podcast, but right now we're going to really, lean into the Giants for the rest of the baseball season because now it's baseball time.
It's time to lock it in for June, July, and the hot August nights.
Okay, and everyone out there who plays fantasy baseball, I just want to know I feel your pain. Anyone who owns Will Warren, that son of a bitch, had a 47 ERA yesterday. I had a team ERA in the low twos, a whip under 1. He doubles both, giving up 8 runs to the fucking Dodgers, and my matchup suffered because of it. Totally blew up my week. So anyone out there with Will Warren, drop him like a bad habit. That guy ruined my weekend. That's my fantasy take for the week.
Did you bet on him too? Well, that's good.
Just fantasy.
Just fantasy. It could be worse.
So coming up, I don't know. Maybe we'll talk to you about the finals, but probably not. Anything else?
Gap stock is down 20% this on Friday. So
Yeah.
maybe there
I thought
won't.
stuff went after the tariffs got
No,
blocked.
they're all worried about the tariffs and John Fisher's losing money. I think he might just have to sell the team. That's what I'm going to say.
Gap's looking like the Niners offensive line.
That doesn't
right now.
sound like a true Cubs fan, Joe.
I think
Time to start worrying about the Cubs.
I can hate the A's and like the Cubs at the same time.
That's true.
Yeah, it's AL NL.
True.
All right, fellas.
Well, it was fun talking to everybody. We'll see you next time on our next episode of the Humm Daddies.
Hum Daddy.
Hum Daddy.
Daddy.
Thompson would like to get this at bat in before that shadow takes over home plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And he hits one high to left field and deep. Going back at the wall. Get out of here! Out of here! I don't believe it! He tied it up! And the look on the Dodgers right now is unbelievable. To a man, they've got their head hanging. Robby Thompson has just tied this game up with a 2-out, 3-run home run in the bottom of the 15th. Johnson with his 10th home run of the year sends everyone home happy, and this baby is tied. And the only sad thing about it is they don't face each other again. It's been a long time since we have seen a celebration at home plate like the one we just saw, as the Giants waited for Brian Johnson at home plate. 6-5 is the final. These fans do not want to go home, and I don't blame them.
Well, Harry, that was the first fastball he saw, and we talked about it. You get behind with off-speed pitches. When you have to come to Matt Williams with a fastball, you've got problems. That fastball had a piece of the strike zone, and just like that, Matt Williams has driven in his 94th on his 43rd home run.